Hopefully you would have seen the first part of my White's level movie called Up, and this starts directly at the top of the major climb. If you haven't watched the first movie, this is basically the Afan Forest, which is probably about 10 miles from Swansea in South Wales. And I was basically having a few days mountain biking in the area. There's 4 really good rides around here. The ride's going to follow down here just beneath the windmill farm in the trees, so I've filmed quite a lot of this section. It's actually a fairly flattish part to start with, but it gives you some idea of the terrain and the riding surface. The trail heads into the forest for a bit, and after the exertions are coming up, it's a relief to have a bit of downhill and a bit of flat. But it kind of like roller coasts, which most of the good rides do. So you get some down and then you go back up a bit. I don't see many streams where I live, so I always like putting a stream in my movies. So there's lots around here. So the ride goes through the forest for a bit more, and then it opens up suddenly. And you can see through the fir trees, you get these great views. And as I look back, you can see that's where I started the ride and started the film. You can see I've come down quite a bit, but there's still a fair bit more to do. So it goes through the fir trees and the Christmas trees here. So you can see it was a beautiful day, light wind, virtually no people, no work. And it's virtually all downhill. Bit more climbing to do, but most of the hard work's been done. And you can see we're down the lower edges of this wind farm here. So you can see that's the end of one section. It goes across the forest road here, and it goes into the next section. This one's named. So it's really difficult to get lost. So well signposted. You suddenly get these walls just appearing, and you get the gap going into the woods. It's really sometimes a bit creepy, but it's exciting. And you can see how steep it is some of the sections, and you got to pay attention to what you're doing. And here we come to the first Broadwalk section. And it's pretty wet, so it's following the stream here. I wasn't riding, I was walking this, if you're interested. You can see it's quite fun doing this. And it's quite a long section actually. So this is just looking back. And the Broadwalk's just behind the trees there. Yeah, you can see there. So then I shot all this stuff. This section's all been cleared, so it's quite open. And there's looking back to the Broadwalk. That's a better shot actually. It's just beyond. Once you get out past this open section, to those trees there, then there's as far as I remember, there was quite a steep climb, but not too long. So it wasn't just so bad as the first climb. By now I've completely lost my sense of direction because the ride's twisting and turning all the time. And there was a final Broadwalk section here. So this is pretty cool as well. I remember the final downhill after this, and it was quite rocky, quite a technical final stretch down, because I was still quite high up. So it was good ride down, but I would say going down the wall is a better final section. But I still enjoyed this. Coming to the end now, And this is where the ride joins the main cycleway parallel to the road, and that's where, if you watch the first film, I shot one of the viewpoints, and so I'm looking back to where I shot higher up. And there's a couple of guys. Didn't see many people, probably half a dozen people the whole morning. And this is just looking back across the ride along here, along the old railway line. That's quite fun. Not technical, but beautiful scenery. And then you just follow it back to the mountain bike centre. Hey, it's a good ride. I'm going to do it again one day. Hope you enjoyed the film. Check out my other films.